Authorities have arrested a man suspected of setting fire to the grandstand at the Monona County Fairgrounds last Wednesday night.
That's right. He's 43-year-old David Bryan of Ottawa. Take a look at his picture tonight. Investigators say he's the same man who climbed the old grain elevator in Ottawa last Thursday and refused to come down for more than 2 hours. Bryan is charged with second-degree arson. KTV's Taylor Deckard has been following this investigation since last week. She has details tonight, the latest in the case.
When I spoke with Monona County Sheriff Kevin Ewing, he told me David Bryan was a suspect early on in the investigation, and with the help of the community, he says investigators were able to connect him to the fire at the fairgrounds. Ewing said evidence like video surveillance and resources from outside agencies was the key in this investigation. The sheriff's office was joined by the state fire marshal's office and the Federal Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives. But Ewing says the sheriff's office put many hours into the investigation as well. Every day I was on scene, at least that I could see a sheriff's office vehicle on scene at the fairgrounds as well. Ewing says a combination of tips and video put the suspect at the scene. In fact, Ewing said during the investigation, the response from the community was overwhelming.
Just appreciate the media's coverage on it and getting word out to the public. I think that helped quite a bit. And again, the community, they came together. It was very helpful.
Bryan was arrested last Thursday. Shortly after 2 o'clock that afternoon, a resident saw Bryan near his property near 505 9th Street. Bryan allegedly started running towards the resident's vehicle with a stick. When first responders arrived, investigators say Bryan had climbed the old grain elevator and blocked the ladder with plywood, as you see here. Bryan finally came down about 2 hours later. Ewing says the incident impacts the whole community.
A lot of emotional ties. The facility's so old, so everybody has, some ties to the area. So we wanted to make sure that we tried to expedite the process. We wanted to, give the community some closure. That way we can clean up and move on.
Bryan's second-degree arson charge carries a maximum sentence of 10 years if found guilty. Again, the charge is specifically for the fire at the Monona County Fairgrounds. You see here, no one is charged with the other 2 fires in Ottawa at this time. Here's another look at David Bryan. Bryan made his first court appearance. A judge set his bond at $10,000 cash only. He's due back in court on Friday, February 13th at 9:30 a.m. at the Monona County Courthouse in Ottawa. According to court documents, the damage from the fairgrounds fire is estimated at about $750,000. As for the fairgrounds, we know that the Fair Board is making plans to rebuild. Taylor Deckard, KTIV News 4.
Taylor, thank you. As Taylor mentioned, David Bryan is only charged with 1 of 3 suspicious fires in Ottawa last week. The others took place within an hour of each other on Monday night. The sheriff's office said this morning both of those fires are still under investigation. Anyone with information on them should contact the Monona County Sheriff's Office.